Hello everyone. This question on board will now be the third question I will treat under this how to read micrometer screw gauge. I've solved one question from it, the second one, and this will be the third. Please make sure you watch the first one because there is a lot of explanation there, the second, then before this one, all right? This is the micrometer screw gauge I am telling you about. It has two scales here, fixed scale under here, and the rotating scale, which this one is rotating. Okay, fixed one here. The fixed one is not rotating, but this one is rotating one. Okay, scale. The fixed one is called sleeve, and the rotating one is called thimble. Okay. Now, coming to this drawing, it is three questions. They say we should take the readings of these questions here. All right. Now, the first one now, here is the sleeve, that's the main scale or the fixed one. Then here is the rotating one, okay? This one here, the sleeve place, the rotating one, the sleeve place, the rotating one. All of them is calibrated in millimeter. Now, here it shows that it did not start from the 0. It started from 5. The same thing here. But this one started from 0. That's why the face is smooth, okay? Now, this is a rough sketch of micrometer screw gauge. Let us solve for the first one. We now first take the readings from the sleeve. S representing the sleeve. S representing the sleeve, the values we will get here. This is 5, 5.5. This is how to take the reading. 5, 5.5, 6, 6.5, 7. So here is 7 millimeter, okay? Now let's take the readings from the rotating one. We now check where these lines coincide with the line of the fixed scale. And we'll now notice that it is line of 45 that is in coincident with it, okay? Coincidence with it. Now it is line 45. So from the thimble, let's use T to represent thimble. The reading there is 45, but I have been telling you from the first video that this 45 must divide it by 100. All the readings from this rotating one must be divided by 100 before you add it to the main one, okay? This one, you leave it like that, but here, you divide it by 100. So dividing 45 by 100 will give us 0.45. Now add it to this. So the actual reading, let's use A to represent the actual reading. The actual reading of this scale here is 7.45 millimeter. This is the actual reading of this one, 7.545 millimeter. Now let us solve for the second one. So the reading of the second one here, we now check the reading of the second one. We now check it. It started from 20, okay? The reasons from here is 20, 20.5, 21, 21.5, 22, 22.5. So the reading from the sleeve is 22.5 millimeter. Now let's take from the rotating one. Where the line coincides with the rotating one is this one. So here is 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, before 30. So the thimble own is in 29. But you cannot write it direct. You divide it by 100, okay? That will give you 0.29 millimeter. Now, the actual reading of this scale now, we now add both of them together, which is 22.5 plus 0.29 will now give us 22. Now give us 22.79 millimeter. Okay, That is the value of this one, 22. The actual value of this one is now 22.79 millimeter. Now, let us calculate for this last one, okay, before we finish. Started from 0, 0, 0 0.1, 0, okay, 0, 0 0.51, 1.52, 0, 0.51, 1.52. So the reading from sleeve here is 2 millimeter. Let's take from the thimble side, which coincide with the 20, calibration of 20. So the thimble own is 20, but we will divide this 20 by 100, which will give us 0.20 millimeter. So the actual value, we now add two of them. The actual value now will now be the actual value. Let's represent the actual value. Now be 2 plus 0.20 will now give us 2.20 millimeter. So thank you so much for watching. And this is how to solve any question from micrometer screw gauge. Okay. So, and it will be the last question that will come under that topic. Now, I will now entering the topic of dimension of a physical quantities. Now teach how to get the dimensions of physical quantity. That is the next topic. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to share, like, comment on that, subscribe or follow. Bye.